Welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League and to the second of my track guides for round 2 of our upcoming championship. We're in Switzerland for this one, Deep Forest Raceway anti-clockwise circuit. And we're just about to start the guide, and then we'll do 2 laps around here for you. So here we go, just coming out the final corner towards the start finish line for lap 2. Here we go. So staying to the right hand side down to turn 100 meter board, which is there on the right hand side, is about where you want to start to think about braking. Between 100 and the 50, you don't want to leave it too much later than that. You're coming down hills, you're coming right down at a rate of knots from 6th gear all the way down to around 2nd or 3rd gear, turning into this left-hander. So staying to the right-hand side, hard braking, really hard braking, steady the car, just try and feed it round. Again, you don't want to roll it round here, you want to feed it round, slight throttle all the way through the corner here, and then power down as you start to exit, using all that curb, including the green stuff on the right-hand side as you come up the hill to hit this next S section. So coming right across, basically you're sort of diagonally from right going across to just clip that inside curb on the left hand. You're full throttle here at this point, still full throttle going across this curb, still full throttle at this point. Now as you swing it round to this right hand, you just want to lift. You don't have to change gear, you don't even have to brake. That's it's not in this Porsche that I'm doing the track guides in anyway, so just let it just lift off, let it roll down round at full speed, just clipping that inside if you can. Don't want to go too wide to the left there, otherwise you'll never make this next left-hander. Now you start to brake and drop it down your gearbox. Now you want to try and clip as much as this inside as you can. Don't want to be taking too much of those black sleeping policemen there that you can see, but certainly most of this red and white curbing you can take a lot of. So as you just about straighten it up, remember you're coming from a corner and braking at the same time, which is never good for the back end of the car. So as soon as you're literally dropping it down one gear, hitting that curb there, as you straighten up just in between the 2 corners here before this sharp right-hander, you want to drop it down again to around about 2nd gear through there. Now feed it through all the way, using all this curbing on the left-hand side. You can run right up to the barrier across this lot without getting a penalty. Use all of that around to this next sweeping right-handers through the tunnel, and again just feeding it through, really just feeding it through, just feather it, and away you go through the tunnel. Again, you've got to be a bit careful the back end don't come round on you. Just sort of steady it through here. Use some of the green on the left. You can't use all of it, so don't go straight lining it through there. That will be a penalty that will give you. So you can get sort of probably half a car's length over that solid white line and some of that green, but don't use it all. And then switching it across to clip this inside on the right hander, you can run all the way across that. Again, one of those corners where if you take too much of it, and you can take a lot of it if you use all of that mesh, including the barriers there, which are flexible, so you can actually hit those. If you do decide to take all of that, that will be a penalty as well. It would the game will take it that you're straight lining it and getting a bit of an advantage there. So just kind of clip that on the right hand side. Now onto this next one, drop it down the gear. You're just gonna run it through on this inside curb, almost full speed through here. Let it feed its way all the way out to the right hand side. Up the gearbox now, down again to 2nd for me, through there, feed it out. Again, you can use all this on the right hand side to get more of a, when you see the second lap, you'll get a little bit more feel of the positioning of the car, but use all of this on the outside, but not too much. You can't use all of the green, that will give you a penalty, but you can certainly use half of it along with half of the red and white curbing. So all the way up here now, the longest part of the course, longest back straight, literally just trying to go as fast as you possibly can, right away up to 6th gear, over the timing line, under the long tunnel, getting ready for this really tight hairpin corner. Staying to the right hand side, using as much of this curb on the right as you can. I'm quite narrow there, but you can use a lot more than what I'm using. You can even use some of that green astroturf on the right hand side. You're going to drop it all the way down to about first gear, first or second, first for this, for me anyway, here. All the way down, because what you want to do is try and hug and get as close as that inside curb as you possibly can. Obviously, there's going to be other cars around you when you're racing, so you've got to be a little bit aware of what you're doing, but you're going to try and aim for to clip as much as you can of that inside as you can. Not too bad there for me. And just feather it out there at the backside. You can't give it too much. The back end will come round on you easily here, with it being such a tight hairpin corner. It's just got to be a little bit cautious when you're on the exit of this one, and then get a little bit of wiggle for me there, and then it's all the way straight, flat out now, up the gearbox to the line to complete the lap. You've got to be a little bit, you can't be too greedy with some of these curbs. So through that final corner, all the way through, and then over to lap 2. So let's get on the chase cam, and away we go as there's a 100-metre board. In fact, between 150, you can see my brake lights on there. Going to start to look to turn in now, turn 1. What am I in second gear? So feeding it through, just give me a second, now. Go. We're using all of that on the right hand side, all that curbing and AstroTurf, half and half. Now the diagonal switch across the track to clip this corner there. Remember, you're still going flat out at this point. Now roll it. Just clip that inside. Now, 1 gear. Drop it down another gear to second. All that now on the exit, all the way full pelt, all the way out of here now. Here we go. Use all that green on the inside, clip that curb there, as you can see. Feed it through, out to the right hand side, down to second again, and then there's where I am on there. I've not really touched any of that green, have I, on the right hand side. Just staying on the red and white all the way up now through the tunnel. Preparing myself for the hairpin at the end of this long straight. Staying to the right hand side, obviously, for this next left. Start to brake all the way down to first gear. Feeding it out. Use as much as you can there. You will give you a penalty if you go too far out onto that green. If you come right off that red and all your car is on the green and the grey, that will be a penalty as well. So you've got to just be a little bit cautious on exit there with the back end as well, and then just trying to get as close as you can to all these little apexes as you can down the hill. Now I tend to stay central. A lot of other people will stay right out to the right hand side, swing it all the way through, and hit that left hand apex on that last corner, but I tend to stay narrow all the way through here and then clip it at that point. Use all the curb on the right hand side and over the line to complete your lap of Deep Forest Raceway. So that's it for this track guide. So join me again for the next one pretty soon on my channel. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.